Good morning, Trojans, and thank you for tuning in to the Live at 5 show, where we have been living life for 10 years. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Kat. A dog named Carmen has received $29,000 in donations for treatment for injuries sustained in an attempt to save the life of her owner from their burning home.
This morning we have clear skies, but it's pretty cold. Will it stay that way all day, or we'll be getting some warmth? We'll find out more about that in a second.
Milwaukee Bucks played a good game against the Chicago Bulls. I'll tell you the scores and highlights coming up next.
In the new movie, The Walk, based on a true story, a man's life story is shown as a professional tightrope walker.
Nearly 200 pilot whales have been stranded on a beach in New Zealand.
We have that and much more following the break.
Hi, I'm Holly Black.
And I'm Cassandra Clare.
We are the co-authors of the Magisterium series.
The first book is called The Iron Trial. The Iron Trial is the first book in a series called The Magisterium, and it's about a boy named Callum Hunt.
And he really doesn't want to go to magic school because
his father has told him that the magicians who teach at the school, and in this world they're called mages, will kill him if he goes to the school. And he's trained his whole life to fail the obligatory entrance exams that everybody with magical power has to take to determine whether they have enough power to have to go to the school. Poor Cal is thrown onto a bus and taken to the Magisterium. As it turns out, the Magisterium is actually a labyrinth of caves underground, buried under a mountain. And so it's very difficult to even find your way out. And then, assuming you did find your way out,
all around the area are these chaos-ridden animals out in the woods. They have weird swirling eyes and they're kind of feral, and they're gonna get you. So Cal really needs a new plan.
You may think you know what's gonna happen in the Iron Trial, but you're gonna be surprised.
There are two really big twists in this book. One of them is the reason that we wanted to write the book. And so far in talking to readers, none of them have guessed where it was going. And we don't think you're gonna guess either.
If you're curious about the book, you'll find it at
your Scholastic Book Fair.
Fine.
We're back, Trojans.
It's time for the Tetzlaff play-by-play.
A missing wallet was found in the studio store. To claim it, please stop by the studio store and describe the wallet to receive it back.
With all students who ride their skateboards to school, please report to the lunch tables and nutrition for a picture in the yearbook today.
It's that time again. Bring in your box top and Campbell's labels for education. The homeroom competition will continue until this Friday. Clip those labels and bring them in. The homeroom with the most labels will receive a prize.
The Tetzlaff Book Fair is here. Starting this week, save up your cash to purchase your favorite books. Go swing by the library today through Friday during lunch or after school this week.
The annual Tetzlaff Talent Show has finally arrived. If you can sing, dance, or play a musical instrument, you should try out for the talent show. Tryouts will be held after school in the auditorium on March 10th. If you are going to sing along with music, please bring it on a CD. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Lopez in room 305.
All right, Trojans, for Tuesday's Action Reaction segment, Jaden shows us Ninjas of the Week.
Hey guys, it's Jaden back here with another Hardcore Parkour Tuesdays, and today we will be looking at a lot of football players trying to parkour. It will be awesome or an epic fail. Well, let's check out this video to see what happens. Wow, those are some good parkour tricks, but I thought they could do better in my opinion. Did you know that parkour is a sport with competition, events, and teams all around the world? Well, that's all the time we have for this week, and we'll see you next week with more Parkour Tuesdays.
That's it for the play. Oh, thank you, Jaden. That's it for the play-by-play at Tetzlaff.
Check out our Facebook page at Live at 5 Show to follow up on our stories.
We'll be right back after the break.
When the two men entered the tavern, all heads turned. In the glow of oil lamps, everyone could see the men were tired and dirty from traveling hard. They would also notice that one of the men had a broken leg. What they didn't know was that this man was John Wilkes Booth, and that he had just assassinated President Abraham Lincoln. Most of us know what happened at Ford's Theater in April of 1865, but few know what happened after. From the moment Booth leaped onto the stage, the chase began. It became a manhunt that lasted 12 days, and during that time, we will learn of a conspiracy that planned to bring down the entire government. This is the fast-paced story of one of the greatest chases to occur on American soil. It comes alive with actual photographs and first-hand accounts. When you read Chasing Lincoln's Killer, you will find yourself caught up in one of the most thrilling pursuits in history. Chasing Lincoln's Killer by James Swanson. It all begins at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Disneyland's ticket prices are expected to go up by at least $4 per individual ticket. People are not happy at all about this because it is not only the tickets that are rising, annual prices are going up as well. The new higher prices are starting to take its effect as tourists are starting to question on whether or not it's worth paying so much for one day. It is said that over the past few years, the happiest place on earth has raised their prices, and every time they lost at least a couple of customers. People are also becoming upset about not receiving a notice about this. Price fees raised on Memorial Weekend, and the park has so far stayed at these prices.
If you're not getting your normal amount of allowance or not going out all the time, it's probably because your parents are spending that money on gas. In Los Angeles, average gas prices have gone up over $3 for the first time in 2015 during the last week of February. Also, less than a week after the explosion that took place at an ExxonMobil in Torrance. Experts said along with the explosion, the introduction of more expensive seasonal gas and annual maintenance caused prices to jump, which rose in the last week 17.7 cents per gallon.
Nearly 200 pilot whales have been stranded on a beach named Farewell Pit in New Zealand on February 13th. Rescuers quickly covered the whales in water and saved 66 of them on February 14th. More than 100 pilot whales have died, which is highly unusual since only 1 or 2 whales out of 85 perish on average each year. Authorities still don't know why the whales washed ashore.
A dog named Carmen, oh I love dogs. Carmen has received $29,000 in donations for treatment for injuries sustained in an attempt to save the life of her owner from their burning home in Ohio on February 5th. As of February 17th, Carmen has since recovered and left the hospital and now resides with her owner's brother. The family is grateful for the donations that have contributed to the dog's recuperation.
Time now to check in with Arnell on today's entertainment report. Good morning, Arnell.
Good morning, Caleb. The movie The Walk is based on a true story about a man named Philip Petit who has tightrope from the top of one World Trade Center to the other. He's guided by his life mentor, Papa Rudy, and aided by a band of international recruits. Petit and his gang overcome long odds, betrayal, and dissensions, and many close calls. Petit will be played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Papa Rudy will be played by Ben Kingsley. Find the movie in theaters on October 2nd this year. Let's see what's going on in the world of weather. Good morning, Sammy.
Good morning, Arnell, and good morning, Tetzlaff Trojans. Alright, now it's time for the weather. In Los Angeles, you're going to see the weather being 51 degrees. Up in San Francisco, a little bit more with 4 degrees, 55 degrees. Now, as you move more east, it's going to get colder. Minneapolis being in the negatives with -4 degrees. Chicago too, so all this area near the Great Lakes are going to be a little cold. Now in New York, it's going to be 21 degrees. Moving more south, the hot point is 77 in Miami. Alright, now it's time for the earthquakes. Earthquakes. Yesterday in the world, there was over 85 earthquakes. The biggest one being a 5.4 in Miyako, Iwate, Japan. And in Southern California, there's been over 5 earthquakes. The biggest one being a 2.0 in Claremont, California. All right, now it's time for the 5-day forecast. All throughout the week, be expecting low 70s to low 60s actually, with Saturday being 63, today being 73, and all throughout the week being cloudy. All right, now it's time for the pick of the day. This pick of the day was sent in by Daisy Martinez. So it's a picture of their friends, then Tetzlaff. Tetzlaff looks busy in this picture. Wow. Okay. So it's just them. Okay. Now it's okay. So we have a new segment, and it's called Birthdays at live5show.com. So send any pic you want with you and a friend whose birthday is coming up. Say what their name is and say when their birthday is, and we'll be sure to put it on the Live in 5 show. All right. Now this picture was sent in by his email said Abraham Lincoln, and it was sent in to Asher. So if you see Asher around campus, wish him a happy birthday. All right. Make sure to send any pics you want at pics@livein5show.com. We'll be sure to send it. We'll be sure to put it on the livein5show.com. As long as send a picture of you and a friend and tell when their birthday is at birthdays@livein5show.com. All right, now it's time to toss it to the pool with Avery. Good morning, Avery.
Good morning, Sammy. Today we have Brooklyn with us. Good morning, Brooklyn.
Good morning.
Okay, so yesterday the question was a little misinterpreted. So here's the actual question, and then I will give a definition of what it means. Should Tetzlaff cut students from the teams that are not qualified? I guess he already finished the question. Well, here's what the comments are. Yes, because students can focus more on school. Another viewer said no, because sports make students active. Here's what our viewers... We want to hear from you. Be sure to visit us online at Live in 5 Show to vote. Send your comments to hashtag Live in 5 Show or email us at livein5show.com. And if it's good, we'll read on the air. So, Brooklyn, what do you think?
Well, I think they should, but they shouldn't, because some children would be sad if they will be kicked off the team.
Well, thanks for coming on the show today, and nice answer. Now let's see today's sports report with Christian in the Live in 5 locker room.
Good morning, Avery. The Milwaukee Bucks played against the Chicago Bulls yesterday. Middleton scored 17 points and Ilyasova with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Best scorers for the Bulls were Tony Snell with 20 points and Pau Gasol scoring 15. Bulls outscored the Bucks 71-87. In other sporting news, a 6'3", 200-pound quarterback, Easton Brewer, has no scholarships. Yet this quarterback has a 4.0 GPA and 108 touchdown passes, including 4,000 yards. Easton plays for Rio Rancho High School in New Mexico. He will be playing community college for a year. He's not giving up though. He is still on the search for good colleges. That wraps it up for sports. Time now to check out your daily 411.
The question for this 411 is, what is the zodiac animal of 2015? Dragon, goat, rabbit, or snake? Take 5. The correct answer.
That's all we have time for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.